Hello class, my name is Miranda, and today I will be teaching you about Shakespeare's Sonnets 12 and William's Wordsworth via 7, the two poems are both talking about the theme of death and how humans come to it. Today we will look at different details to start this. Let's look at Shakespeare's Sonnets 12 first. Passing of time is very important because humans arrive to death after time passes. So how does Shakespeare express passing of time in the poem? He uses words associated with season to express this. In the poem, Shakespeare talks about passing of the time by talking about different seasons and time. he begins with clock that tells the time of night. He also uses seasons like bearing of leaves, which means winter time since trees don't have leaves in the winter. And then he talks about summer's green, which means time is now spring and summer. He then makes the time switch to death because he talks about how things die as fast as they think, also others grow. Imagery is an important element of the poem to talk about death. So how do we know that this is about death? Where he says the important quote, and nothing against time says can make defensive breath. To breathe him when he takes things. Line 13 to 14. Who is taking him away and where are they taking him? When Shakespeare says nothing against time says can make defensive breath. To brief him when he takes the hints. He means that nothing can survive death. Thus are carried by the grim reaper who takes people to their after death. So he means that nothing can survive the grim reaper or death. Everything was very nice when people are once alive, but just as they die as fast as they see others grow, and no one can survive death after time. Color is other very important element that helps with symbolism. The three colors are referenced in Shakespeare's poem. What do they symbolize, and how do they contribute to the mood of the poem? First color that appears is violet, which usually represents darkness, but also reality and sometimes birth. And then the colors silver and white are used with, which usually symbolize purity and hope. But where I come from, white means death. And then the story talks about green, which symbolizes breath and new beginning. This helps the poem talk about different passing of time because it starts with how humans begin and the how humans are all evidently die. The mood of the poem is light-hearted. It discusses all elements of human life. Now, let's look at William Wordsworth's poem, via 7. How does the author create ruins at the beginning of the poem? The poem starts with a young child that feels in every limb. So the author is highlights that this girl is definitely alive and it doesn't understand death. The beginning is a little eerie because it tries to emphasize the girl who doesn't understand death. She feels all her body parts as a live person should be. She lightly draws her breath. I didn't find it eerie to be honest, but just very strange and absurd the first time I read it. Of course, she would fill her laps. I thought until I finished reading the poem. Dialogues help the poem expel theme. Sometimes what is the author and the young girl in the poem discussing? Where are the siblings? The young girl keeps saying there are 7 of them. Her siblings. The narrator tells her 2 of them are in the grave, meaning they are dead. But the young girl doesn't know of death, so she doesn't understand that the 2 are not there. The girl keeps saying there are 7 even when the author tells her those 2 are dead. The year this poem was written is also very significant. Child morbidity was very high when Wordsworth was alive. It was very low until vaccination and medical technology started improving in 1900s. So the topic of children driving, especially during the 1800s industrial era when child labor was very big in Europe. It is a common topic in many poems and short stories. Let's now look at the poetry structure. There are exactly 4 lines, each stanza and the result created by readers. The readers A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, and so on form a film all the way to the end. Of the 2 poems, my favorite was the Wordsworth poem because it shows how innocent children are. It reminds me of when I was young, and I didn't understand death. Both poems are about death and how it is inescapable, but I like the Wordsworth poem more because it shows how understanding death can be difficult for young children.